Hey guys, welcome back to Hunt Simple. And today I want to go over scouting a bedded buck. I had seen a bachelor group of bucks. At first, all I thought was perfect. I know where they are. And all I need to do is I just want to go in, get a couple pictures, something cool to post. Got the pictures. After the fact, I was looking at this, and it really something hit home. And so I just wanted to explain this to you. It was 3 bucks, still in their bachelor group, and it was really cool because the picture I got was a picture from behind them, from their, all intents and purposes, their security. I was able to get in behind them into a place where they actually felt most comfortable. The odds were in their favor of being protected from that side. And I didn't think anything of it until, like I said, looking back, they were bedded in a way that they were using their eyes in an optimal direction. So they were able to look out over this feeding area at a vast distance. And if anything was to happen, this is where the pressure was going to come from. Came in from their strong side, or they were using the rest of their senses on this side. And this is the side that they actually felt most protected on. As I looked at the picture, you could tell that their ears were cocked back. So they were listening to all the sounds from behind them. And then secondly, I realized where I was coming from, I was going with the wind into this direction. I was, in all intents and purposes, dead south from them. And so as I was able to go in, my scent cone, or my scent, was not blowing into them at all. They were, let's just say, 60 feet to the north of me. But it was interesting because that's where they felt most protected. And I think in searching and looking for some of these bigger bucks, especially in bedding, we more often than not come in their visual side. But we get busted because they're seeing movement. We're walking at, let's just say, 6 foot through the wood. They're bedded. So unless we get ready to approach something or try to gain ground, and if we're not realistically down on our hands and knees looking through binoculars, we'll get picked off very quickly. But they see movement really, really well. They were designed to see movement. They might not necessarily know what it is, but they were designed to see movement. Coming in on their weak side where they can't see us, as long as you're playing the wind, and if you do make a sound or make a noise, pausing for an extended amount of time, or that noise possibly was something that was normal in nature, so it doesn't even startle them, they will be very vulnerable at that point. They didn't even know I was there. 60 yards on 3 bucks out in an open field, for all intents and purposes, by coming in on in their mind, their strong side, their safe side where they felt they didn't need to pay attention to it, or they had all the elements in their favor of sound and wind. If you play the wind correctly and you're managing your sound, they still won't know you're there, and their eyes won't catch that movement because they're not looking at you. But it was really cool looking at this picture. It really made me reevaluate and think about this season as I'm going to start scouting and really start pressuring into my scouting, not coming in on the easy side for me, because that's going to obviously be the movement side for them. Looking uphill or going in through a clearing, like where they can see the most, that's where they're going to put their eyes. I need to start thinking about coming in on their vulnerable side, and their vulnerable side is not their eye side. Their vulnerable side is the back of their head. So when they're bedded, they think they're most protected in certain situations. So when you're doing your e-scouting and you see a bench or you see a saddle or you see a ridgeline, really making a point to when you're coming into those areas, watching your noise, and then really paying attention to your scent. It's more often not following a typical pattern. And that's what using our chalk shows us of how our scent is moving. So when you see that, and if you really have done your e-scouting and looked at, I think he's going to be right there. How can you get to that bench and put a visual on that bench or on that saddle or down in that valley on their weak side? And it gives you better odds finding bedded bucks. Until next time, I'm Andrew with Hunt Simple. See ya.